They come from the sky. Great lighting in this piece. The images really pop. It made me wonder what it was shot on. Um, they do a great job of conveying fear and suspense through some of the cinematography choices. I noticed that handheld was used a lot. Um, and it really put me in the space of the anxiety of the performer. And we aren't sure of who the hunters are. My first impression is, oh, these are alien, and the way that they're shot from afar and what they're wearing makes them look not human. So I was surprised to see what appears to be a mother and child, a pair of hunters. And then it changes my opinion immediately on who is the actual alien here. Is the ones that are being hunted the alien? Is the ones that are hunting the alien? So the child spares the wounded unit, as they call them, who was struggling just to walk. And we get a sense of humanity here that exists. We also see the sense of humanity when she crawls back to her partner. And then we get a sense that there's a robotic nature to these units. There's some sort of unhuman aspect to them. What we don't understand and what we don't get is why they're needing to be hunted. That aspect wasn't 100% clear to me, or it was something that I missed that wasn't like super apparent. Why were they hunted? Because we came into it seeing them as the prey, we were immediately on their side and wanting them to get away and wanting them to win, without understanding why they would be hunted, which would have maybe changed our opinion on being sympathetic to these two that were being hunted throughout this film.
They Come from the Sky. This is a very powerful film. I really enjoyed how the pacing that we have in the movie from start to finish. Since the movie start, we have a lot of running, the characters chasing each other, and you really don't know what's happening until the final scene. And I think this level of suspense is really very much appreciated, especially in an action sci-fi movie like this one. I think one of the most touching moments is when the kid decides to spare the main character's life. This kind of mercy. I think that was very powerful, and that also was an example of great and very believable performances, which is also one of the main features of the film. That the performances, the actors are great and they're giving their best. On top of that, there is, as we say, this very exciting direction. The shots are never boring and something is always happening, and overall the story managed to close the circle in just under 10 minutes. Very well done. Congratulations.
They Come from the Sky was a really cool sci-fi short. I thought the graphics were awesome right off the bat. It felt like a huge sci-fi movie. It had a little bit of creepiness to it. There was a lot of mystery, not knowing what our characters were running from and not really knowing the world sort of added this creepiness, especially when one of our characters is killed and she emits this strange alien sound, and you realize that the characters that we've been following are actually the aliens. I thought that was a really cool twist. The shaky cam in this worked really well to really put us in the perspective of these characters and really amp up the intensity and sort of induce that panic that these characters are feeling with this shaky cam, which I thought was a really cool choice. Yeah, I thought that the choice to have the characters we originally are following be the aliens and have us sympathize with them was really interesting choice, and I thought that was pulled off really well. And the fact at the end where she connects with her fallen comrade, I wasn't really sure whether to celebrate with her that she's surviving or to be, on edge because these are the aliens. Yeah, so I thought that was a cool way to make you think and sort of question whose side you're supposed to be on in this film. So I really enjoyed it. I love sci-fi, and this really scratched that sci-fi itch.
They Came from the Sky. This was an impressive film. The sci-fi qualities and the storyline both. I really enjoyed the sight of the spaceship through the high cliffs on the beach. It was obscured somewhat, so it was quite intriguing. We wondered if we were going to see that again, and then we saw the shadow of it over in the forest. It was suspenseful, little dialogue, and told through the action. So exciting. And emotion was really well struck with the two central characters, the two females. I also really like the way they utilize nature here, because the awesome beach and shoreline of that coast was so striking, as well as the deep forest. Just amazing. I like the action adventure feel, and it's the kind of film that you wish was an hour longer. I'd really like to know the rest of the story.
This feels like the opening to a much larger movie. It has many questions that weren't answered, like who's coming from the sky? Is it the mom and the kid that are hunting them, or is it the two models? Who? It makes you wonder, and the fact that she's using machines to regenerate makes you think it's maybe them. Say it was a little unnerving to see a kid hunting what look like other human beings, even if they are bots or cyborgs or something from outer space. And I guess in a dystopian world, the kids would have to learn how to shoot. I like that the kid had the humanity in him to just walk away and lie. It made it a little better. This had many facets to the story that weren't answered, but several that were. It was a beautiful location, amazing special effects. It was really great acting. It was really well done.
They Come from the Sky. Stunningly shot, very clear, ominous tones, and overall art design. Great compositional score as well, my goodness. It was just filled with tension and release to build up that anticipation of this futuristic hide-and-seek-like game. And I loved the backdrop, this very lush, moody forest. I think you used the environment to its maximum capacity and was the perfect setting, perfect location scouting. Excellent commitment to the world by the actors and to the game by them. And I think it allowed me to really immerse myself in the world, in the story, and in that very fight or flight basic instincts.
These reviews for They Come from the Sky. This has an amazing setting in these woods near the beach. The close-ups, the music score, and out-of-frame shots are so important for the mystery build-up, this fear of being hunted, and then we have this humanity prevailing moment. It's just a great story twist. It is very cryptic. The ending is so mixed. I couldn't figure it out, but it's just so cool. The special effects are outstanding, and the performances as well. I had a great time watching this.